Hey, welcome back to the channel. We're here with Joe at TYM. Joe, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm from Missouri. I grew up in Missouri, and I have been in the tractor business since I was 21 years old.
Somebody told me here just a little bit ago that this is your 50th show.
Yeah, I started here in 1970 at this show, because they built on. It's a lot bigger than it was, but still a lot of people with it back then. I think probably as much. I don't know. But anyway, it's been a long time.
Outstanding. Well, tell us a little bit about this new tractor you got here.
Well, it's 264. It's got the Coupe J engine in it. We own the engine company. Cummins designed.
I can see the Cummins familiarity. I mean,
Yeah.
you can tell it's got a Cummins background to it.
Yeah, and it's a 24.8 horsepower, and to keep under the reburn system,
Right.
so we don't have to have that. And it's just a nice utility tractor, small tractor.
I was noticing the heft of it. I was talking to one of the dealers about this tractor and this new Coupe J engine, and it's been around for a while. I know the engine's been around for a while. And when he said something to me that really just, made me sit back and think. He goes, Tony, I don't know anything about the engine. And at first I was like, what do you mean? He goes, we've never had one break down. He said, I've never had to be inside one.
It's very few.
Yeah. And I thought, well, if that's not a testament, right, to a quality, then that really impressed me when he said that. This is a very modern but yet simple engine.
Right, it is. That's for sure.
So, my viewers, they normally are like my age, that are they retired or getting ready to retire, and they're going to use they got that itch to have a hobby farm or small acre.
That's perfect. It's a perfect tractor. You can get all kinds of implements for it. Of course, you got the loader, as you see, but we can get the mid-mount mowers. We can get, of course, all 3-point hitch attachments that fits this size tractor. So it's really a nice hobby type farmer tractor.
But yet I look at it, it's built heavy enough it can actually work.
Of all the tractors I've sold, I've been selling tractors since I was 21 years old, and this is the best selling tractor. I mean, the best tractor I've ever sold for not breaking down, that kind of stuff.
It's good to hear.
Yeah.
I see also you got, it's got everything you would want. It's got the quick attach bucket.
Right.
This loader is pretty daggum heavy built. I think it would, it's got to be in that 1,000-pound range of what it'll lift, if not a little bit more.
Yeah, in that area, yes.
Yeah.
Now it's got of course, you got your hydrostat on the pedal, two-pedal hydrostat.
I like that. The joystick integrated into the fender well is really nice too.
Yeah, it's got that comes with the standard with the tractor, even though if you don't buy the loader, it comes standard.
So if in the future you want it to.
Right. Yep. It's a nice setup it's not that expensive.
Yeah. All right, this is another newer model. It is the T264. It's obviously a bigger tractor than a subcompact like the new 224, but it's still a very compact unit, but really heavy built. Now, I see a lot of things I really like about this, but let's look at the engine real quick. A lot of people are not familiar with the TYM's engines and their background. This engine is a Coupe J, and for you guys that don't know, Coupe J got its start with Cummins. And if you look at this, you can tell there's a lot of design similarities between this engine and a Cummins. But I was talking with a dealer who has sold a lot of these now, and he told me one thing that made me feel really good about this engine. He goes, I don't know anything about the engine. And I said, really? He goes, no. He says, we've never had to work on one. I was like, that is probably the best selling point of any piece of equipment that you could ever have. All right, this 264 is kind of like it's in between a subcompact and what I would call a compact tractor. It is built heavy like a compact tractor, but yet it's still a smaller platform that will, you can get into tight places. But look at how this thing is built. Check the front axle out. This axle is no joke. This is a small tractor in its stature, but this is, this is a size axle you would expect to see on a larger tractor as far as the diameter and the girth and the amount of steel. Here's another feature. You know, again, we talked about it on the smaller 224. TYM goes out of their way to build a heavy tractor. This thing is all cast iron. Everything is just beefy, way beyond what a tractor this size would be expected. A lot of your bigger name brand tractors, they will not have this much steel and iron in the back of the tractor. So I can appreciate this. All right, this tractor has got a lot of features on it that that you would expect to be in a bigger tractor, like a field tractor. It's got cruise control, and like one thing I like is the throttle. I mean, the throttle's here, so as you're working, if you're bush hogging, instead of having to reach up here to adjust your throttle, you can adjust it here. Anything you're. It's just very ergonomical. I never thought about having the throttle here, but it's very nice to have it. All right, this is the knob that this is the lever, turn it on 4-wheel drive. This is your PTO. Now this tractor only has a rear PTO. We are getting over into what you would call a compact tractor here. So they don't have a mid PTO for this, like for a mid-mount mower. I am told that there may be an option, but at this point it's not. This is high range, low range for your transmission. And then we'll move over here to the ergonomics of the loader. It's in perfect place. Seats easy to take up and down. Now over here in the floor you have your 2 treadle valves, and they're more of the conventional what most brands use, where left is go forward, right is go backwards. And it's just, I really like this type of treadle valve. To me it's just a natural feel. And one thing that this tractor sets apart is a lot of tractors that have hydrostatic transmissions in this size will not have independent rear brakes. Now, if you're doing some gardening and you need to turn the tractor around really in a short space, you can take your brake and lock your left brake while still pushing the forward button and turning your steering wheel, and this tractor will almost pivot around, just like a big tractor will in the field. All right, this T264 is a good looking tractor. It's a solid tractor. It looks like it's made to work. And I was looking at the loader specs on it. It's like 1,300 pounds this thing can lift. About 19 inches in front of the pins. That's exceptionally a lot of weight for a tractor this size. And it also tells you how much metal is in the back of this thing. So that's impressive. God bless and have a great day.